Welcome to my Mustang Garage. On this episode, we're going to be talking about testing the dash clock and the amp alternator gauge in the cluster. This is a continuation of the instrument cluster series. This is part 3. Enjoy. First, what you're going to need is an electrical diagram. And I suggest this electrical diagram by Jim Osborne. You can get them anywhere. National Parts Depot has them. They may be out of stock. I had to wait 3 months to get this one, but they're available, used everywhere. Test the power. We're going to get a power supply. You can easily use a car battery, but there's unlimited power that plugs into the wall. You can set the voltage, you can set the amps, and you can set the minimum and maximum. You're going to need an assortment of test leads, a digital multimeter, but it's hard to visualize a pulse with just numbers jumping around. But you can use the digital multimeter to test if your wiring, the original wiring, has any opens or faults with the wiring itself. And that's where the digital really shines. Now we're going to test the dash clock. The dash clock is on the small harness. It's marked at 22. And you come down here and it says blue with the black stripe. It is grounded by the case. It means only one wire goes to it to power it up, and it's grounded by the case itself, which is case ground. On the back side of the instrument cluster, you hook up the ground wire to the case, and then on the small harness I have power hooked up to the blue wire with the black stripe. Now I have to tell you, these old clocks, they're analog wind-up clocks. It only needs power to wind it up. It has a contact inside when it unwinds. When it unwinds all the way and the clock is just about to stop, it will actually trip that contact, ask for power, wind itself up, then the contact will break, causing an open, and there'll be no power to it. Once it winds up, it will actually let the clock continue to run. The problem with this is they get very, very old and brittle inside. The contacts stick and corroded, and they just mess up. But there is a way to test this. All you have to do is add power to it. Listen for a popping noise and a little winding noise for like 2 seconds. Doesn't take long for it to wind up. And then the little yellow hand should start moving and keeping time. I got it all hooked up. Let's turn it on. And no noise, no popping, no winding. Let's turn it off. The little yellow hand's not moving, so this clock is non-functional. You can have them sent out to be repaired to work like the original. Is get this electric clock repair kit that I got from National Parts Depot, and that's the number right there. And what this does is puts a quartz internal clock mechanism that only needs to receive power at a very minute voltage. It's powered all the time, but it's a very low power to where it doesn't drain your battery. It's just enough to run almost like an LED light. It's a quartz clock movement. Now we're going to check the amp gauge. A lot of people get frightened about how do you test an amp gauge when you don't have an alternator or a battery connected to it. All we're checking to see if this little gauge at the bottom, this is D and C alternator, when it discharges, which is negative, it goes to the D. When it's charging just fine, it will go towards the C. Now these can be internally messed up circuit-wise and cause a bad fluctuation while the car is running. It'll be so distracting, you'll be like, I can't stand the bouncing of that needle. But they should run at a smooth, constant rate. We're going to check this, but understand, it's not a ground system. What it does is an amp gauge, alternator gauge, detects current flow. If it's flowing negatively, it'll be discharged. If it's flowing positively, it'll go to charging. There's a preliminary check to make sure these gauges, this amp gauge is working correct. We have to test the ohms. It tests from here to here with the test leads, and the ohms should be 0.0 to 0.04. In other words, very small, but it still has to have an ohms reading. If you get no number, it's an open, and if you have an open, it means the gauge is bad. Something internally is wrong with the gauge itself. Now let's test the ohms. I have it on ohms. I'm going to put it over here. Put it over here. It did not change at all. Did not change at all on any ohm setting. To show you that it does work, 0.0000 is ohms, which means this is not changing at all. It means this amp alternator gauge is bad. There's no rebuilding them. You can send them out to a restorer company. It's going to charge you a small little fortune to rebuild the originals, but these are available now and you can get brand new ones. So this gauge is bad.